Here to introduce Michael Boone is Hall of Fame legend Trevor Rees-Jones.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. They told me to speak up. The lady back there said that people were having a hard time hearing people. I said, not me. Nobody has a hard time hearing me, so if it's too loud, you have to talk to the back room. I know we're here to honor Mike Boone, but I have to tell you that it is quite an honor for me to be the one introducing Mike to you as a new inductee into the Texas Business Hall of Fame. I feel very fortunate to know Mike. While we had met before, and I certainly knew who he was, our relationship began when a mutual friend persuaded him to take me on as a client to help me recover from a terrible legal problem that had left me bleeding out in a ditch. Not only did he and his team very diligently help me heal up, but over the years since then, Mike has provided the most expert advice and counsel anyone could have hoped for, and his friendship means the world to me. One thing that always stands out about Mike is his integrity, his honesty, his ethics, and his unwavering commitment to making the world around him better. Whether he's in the boardroom or out in the community, he gives his all and inspires everyone around him to do the same. As you know, Mike co-founded Haynes & Boone back in 1970 with his mentor, Richard Haynes. What started as a small law firm, I guess you can't get much smaller than two. Well, I guess one would be smaller, wouldn't it? One has grown into a global powerhouse with over 700 lawyers in 19 offices around the world. That kind of success doesn't happen by accident. It takes vision, leadership, and a commitment to excellence, qualities Mike embodies. Mike's dedication to public service, education, and philanthropy is truly inspiring. From serving as president of the Highland Park School Board to chairing the SMU Board of Trustees, Mike has always been deeply involved in his community. In fact, the Highland Park School District named its fifth and newest elementary school after him in recognition of his lifetime of work in education on behalf of the school district and our community, our city, and our state. I doubt any of us here tonight have an elementary school named after us. I mean, normally you got to be dead to have that happen. He's alive. You're about ready to see him. Mike, you are very deserving of this honor tonight. While I would vote Mike Boone as the best lawyer in the world, as you've seen from the video, he's also a hell of a businessman. To succeed at the highest levels as both a lawyer and businessman, I find truly remarkable. Congratulations, Mike, and please join me in welcoming Mike Boone to the podium.
Thank you. Thank you. It's very special thing to have all these people here and a lot of my friends. And so I appreciate that very much. And Trevor, thank you for your very generous and kind remarks. He is a great man, and I've worked a lot with him. And to the members of the Texas Business Hall of Fame, thank you for selecting me and my fellow inductees for this very prestigious award and honor. In the same vein, I want to thank Meredith Walker and her excellent team for making this event so special. And finally, I want to welcome and thank all of my family members who are sitting over here, who are here tonight, especially our 5 grandchildren and those who drove in from Houston and San Antonio, and then particularly to my sister Phyllis, who knows more about me than anybody else, I guess, and I'm glad they're all here. Next, I better first say, my remarks tonight are all about those individuals who have especially helped me in my pursuit of a legal career. First, I want to thank my wife, Marla. Most of what I have achieved in my professional life has been done on her time, so to speak. Yet she has always been there for me whenever I needed encouragement or advice. I love her dearly for that and for a million other reasons. Next, I want to acknowledge my mentor, the late Richard D. Haynes, and some of this you saw in the video. I will never be able to adequately express my appreciation for all he did for me. Dick and I first met, as that video said, in 1967 in an SMU classroom. I was 25 years old and in my last semester of law school. Dick was 35 and had recently opened his solo law firm office in Dallas. Dick had been asked to teach for a legendary law professor at SMU, Alan Bromberg, who was on a sabbatical leave. I had always planned to take Professor Bromberg's class, so I was very, very disappointed when I learned that Dick was going to be my instructor rather than Bromberg. A little irony here. But I stand here tonight forever thankful for having taken Dick's class. He turned out to be an excellent professor, and near the end of the semester, or middle of the semester, I can't ever remember anymore, he asked me if I would be interested in talking to him about a job. And not long thereafter, I received and accepted a job offer from Dick. However, there was one weird, strange requirement in my going to work with Dick. Because his law practice was still in its embryonic stages, he worried that when I started, he might not have enough legal work to keep me busy all the time. So there was a contingency plan put in place. Whenever my legal work would slow down, I would switch from being a corporate lawyer for our clients to being a swimming instructor for Dick's 4-year-old daughter. He was aware that I had been a lifeguard and a swimming instructor during my college days. He did not tell me his daughter was 4 or that she was not an Olympian. So my teaching routine went like this. I would leave our law office in the early afternoon, go home and change into my swimsuit, and then go pick up Dick's daughter and give her swimming lessons. Afterwards, I would return home and change back into my lawyer clothes. And at times, I have to tell you, I felt like I had the role of Clark Kent in an old Superman movie. It was a tedious thing at times. But in any event, I loved working with Dick Haynes and being a lawyer. He was brilliant, so I learned a lot. Those were fun and exciting times for both of us. Looking back, I have had lawyer friends tell me I was one of the luckiest law students ever in the world, in that Dick picked me to be his first lawyer. But from my perspective, luck was not involved with my getting to work with Dick Haynes. Instead, it was a God thing. As Marla often reminds me, there are no coincidences with God. Thus, I will always be thankful that my career path crossed with Dick's back in 1967 in an SMU classroom. My next salute goes to my cohorts at Haynes Boone. Their importance to me can be gleaned from this observation made by Eric Johnson, who was a co-founder of Texas Instruments, a member of this Hall of Fame, and a former mayor of Dallas. And I quote, "Few people, if any, ever accomplish great things on their own. Instead, most great achievements come through the collaboration of people working together as a team for a common purpose." My point is simply this: the credit for my professional achievements, including the special honor I am receiving tonight, belongs to the people of Haynes and Boone as a team rather than me alone. Our teamwork culture has been the glue that holds us together, as well as the key driver behind our healthy work environment and our strong work ethic. Our firm stands on this truth: none of us is as strong or as productive or as smart as all of us working together as a unified team. My final acknowledgement goes to my parents. They took to heart the words of Proverbs 22:6. "Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." Toward that end, during my formative years, my parents planted in my heart a resolve to always live my life unselfishly, with a spiritual purpose and a self-awareness of God's presence in my life. I have always strived to honor my parents' expectations for me. Thank you.